Because of globalization, transportation between countries has become more and more accessible, leading to closer ties between nations. Multinational corporations are flourishing, creating a global supply chain, and people from diverse cultural backgrounds and races now have greater opportunities for cross-border communication. The emergence of the so-called global village brings many advantages to us, such as enhanced convenience in daily life and the growth of individual economies. However, it also brings about several challenges, some of which are the widening wealth gap between economies and various labor market issues.
Taking Taiwan for example, economic growth has enabled local people to enjoy a prosperous life. However, there is a big shortage of lower class laborers in sectors like manufacturing and social welfare. To address this labor shortage, Taiwan relies heavily on foreign migrant workers. They are mostly factory workers, construction site workers, or nursing carers from Southeast Asia, like the Philippines, Indonesia, and Vietnam. In fact, 7 out of 10 manufacturing laborers are foreign workers, and 9 out of 10 nursing carers are migrant workers too. According to the Ministry of Labor of Taiwan, the total number of migrant workers doing manufacturing and care work is 820,083, which is surprising. Consequently, Taiwan must pay attention to issues about them since it is a critical worker supply chain to us.
A new story may have revealed that migrant workers in Taiwan are actually treated unfairly or exploited. A Vietnamese young man chooses to leave his hometown and find a better job in Taiwan. He first of all needs to pay his local recruiter a big fee before being introduced to a Taiwanese engine company, when he needs to pay another fee for being listed in a management system, where he has little say or negotiation about his pay and working. The current research aims to discover the real circumstances numerous migrant workers in Taiwan are faced with. We will conduct surveys collecting numerical data as well as interviews for first-hand experience and opinions. We will publish our research for the reference of the government and the public, hoping to raise the whole society awareness of this significant issue and to take further actions to improve the migrant workers' working conditions, which will in turn benefit us all.
As an approach to deal with the problem and to collect the data, we are going to dig into Facebook clubs by posting the advertisement of our project and appealing to as many migrant workers as possible to further promote our questionnaires. Since reports have it that there is a large portion of our migrant workers dwelling in New Taipei, Taoyuan, and Taichung, we therefore hired some university work-study students. We will destinate them to Taipei Main Station, Taoyuan Railway Station, and Taichung Station on weekends. We are going to issue 3,000 Google Forms and hope that we can receive 2,500 valid responses.
And the question in Google Form will be, for example, if you have the opportunity to change the present situation, what do you want to do the most? What is your proposal to work in Taiwan? And so on.
The questions in this Google form are available in different languages. In line with the Ministry of Labor of Taiwan, the average monthly salary for migrant workers is 20,000 new Taiwanese dollar. We hope the responses reflect this standard. This form is used to protect the personal privacy of migrant workers while advocating for their rights by sharing perspectives among the public. Our research grant is 2,500,000 pound, so we set at 10 million new Taiwanese dollar for our budget allocation. The distribution can be divided into 7 parts. encompassing the expenditures on equipment, personal costs, the cost of collecting data, media promotions expenses, interviewing fees, venue rentals, and fund for unexpected emergency use. Equipment and tools budget includes the cost of laptops, recording devices, data analysis software, and cloud services, totaling 500,000 new Taiwanese dollar. Second, personal costs. Our professional research team consists of 6 key members: research director, senior researcher, research assistant, field researcher, data analyst, and translator. The total cost of which is 3.6 million new Taiwanese dollar. We also hired some short-term student assistants for data processing, with an estimated cost of 300,000 new Taiwanese dollar. Accordingly, the cost of the personnel department is 3.9 million new Taiwanese dollar. Third, the cost of collecting data. We had 20 college student workers collect questionnaires and distribute dessert with an hourly wage of 200 new Taiwanese dollar, totaling 168,000 new Taiwanese dollar, which included 8,000 for the meal expenses. The desserts that we offer to the migrant workers spending time helping with our surveys is another major cost, with a total budget of 300,000 new Taiwanese dollar across 3 different stations. We also need to set up temporary working stands to conduct the surveys, including equipment such as canopy tents, voting tables, chairs, and posters, which cost 369,000 new Taiwanese dollar in total. Fourth, to increase the public discussion of this topic, we have planned several media promotions, including hosting a press conference which cost 100,000 new Taiwanese dollar, and collaborating with the reporters for 20 online news articles, costing 200,000 new Taiwanese dollar. For the fifth part, interviews and research fees, we conducted interviews with 10 brokerage firms, which will cost fees of 1 million new Taiwanese dollar, and 34 migrant workers with 30,000 new Taiwanese dollar. Sixth, venue rental. The venue rental for interviews and research meetings is 300,000 new Taiwanese dollar. Finally, the cost of building up a website costs us 100,000 new Taiwanese dollar. We originally set aside 2.9 million new Taiwanese dollar as a fund for unexpected emergency use. Our research timeline will be March 1st to March 25th. Establish the research team to plan the schedule of detailed works. And March 30 to April 3rd, finish our preparations and get ready to collect the surveys. In April 4th, 5th, 10th, 11th, and 12th is our questionnaires collecting. The reason why we choose the date is because it is reported that migrant workers usually gather in train stations on weekends. In April 13th to May 11th is our data analysis and seeking interview participants. In May 13th to May 29th is our interviewing times. In June 1st to July 20th, we will complete the research. In July 31st, we will publish our research and hosting the press conference. Last, in August 3rd, we will finishing the website building.
In conclusion, the research highlights the pressing issue of inadequate working conditions and severely regulated wages for migrant workers in Taiwan, particularly from Southeast Asia, and it also stresses the urgency of addressing these concerns. By using the global reach of online news platforms and social media, we aim to raise awareness, foster social cohesion, and advocate for the rights and protections of these workers under the framework of globalization. This approach not only seeks to improve the lives of migrant workers, but also serves to enhance Taiwan's international reputation. Also, governments and policymakers must prioritize the issue of wage regulation and the welfare of migrant workers, ensuring that fair treatment and better working conditions for both foreign and domestic workers is reached, so that they are willing to stay in Taiwan. Furthermore, along with the improvement of those workers' wages guarantee, local people working from different categories would value their rights as well. With those being done, workers in Taiwan will gain a stronger sense of solidarity and thus be more competitive with other Asian countries, further creating a more equitable and desirable labor environment in Taiwan.